Hello everybody, my name is Dennis. I am the owner and chief maker at Wild Yenta Creations. Um, I do hard surface dye sublimation. I use a Sawgrass SG800, 16 by 9 heat press and a mud press. Um, and what I do is I use the Creative Studio Designer to lay out most of my jobs. Um, Starting up, don't have the money for the fancy stuff, Corel Draw or Illustrator. Plus, I don't have the design skill. I'm not a designer. I'm a maker. Other people do the creative. I make it look good. So what I'm going to do is this is a recording, obviously, but I'm going to start sometime after the first of the year. I'll announce that as I get closer to figuring out what date it is. I am going to do a live stream using Creative Studio, and I will design a product using all of their tools based on feedback from anybody who happens to watch me. So what I'm going to do here is do a quick demo of the software. I'm going to do a real quick design using one of their stock designs and show how I tweak things out so to be creative with someone else's creativity. So let's start. Got a regular desktop here. Whoop, click the wrong button. I go to the Virtual ISO Print Manager. I right click. I click on Creative Studio Designer. Opens my web browser. Brings me to the Sawgrass Inc. Online design portal. It's already got me logged in. Otherwise, you'll have a login button. It'll be over here. Excuse me. Then we launch Creative Studio Online Designer. It always starts with a product wizard. So if you know what you're designing, that's great. I'm going to do an ornament. I am going to do the porcelain dog bone ornament, mainly because I have an extra one left over. So after I produce this and I print it, we'll see what we get. So of course the product is white. It lays it out in the letter horizontal. Starts the designer. Gives us our template. The white part is the actual printed part. The darker gray is our bleed line. So if we need to put an image out, we got to make sure it goes into the dark gray lines. So first we're going to go to their templates. These are all my template stuff I've done. We'll go to their template. So we're going to go to, let's see, what do we want to make this? Let's do a holiday. Christmas would be standard, but we're going to skip to another one. Valentine's Day, because we all love our pets, right? So let's look and see what they have that might fit that ornament style, which is of course a dog bone. Now they've got some bracelet ones here. They've got some photo frames. They've got mugs. Things have wording on them. Yeah, I sort of like this Valentine mug. Nope, I like that Valentine mug. So we're going to take that, and if you'll see, it always centers it in the design window. So it's not necessarily what you want to. Here's your object list. There's the word love, the word you. There's the pink heart. There's a bird. Thank you, Sawgrass, for letting me know the printer's not ready. The other bird. There's florals. We've got an image in the back, and we have our background, which is a grayscale. So what I like about this is it's already bled. We can make it bigger. We can make it smaller. So let's make it a little bit smaller. Oop, I only made that one item. Not what you're supposed to do. So click undo. Okay. Highlight everything. It'll highlight all the things. Everything that's in the object list. We hit the smaller. It made it smaller. Now we can, as they're still all connected, we can drag it to where we want to. Okay. See if we like where it's falling. Not digging the birds. You know what? We're going to change this. Let's go to a different template. We're still going to stick with, let's not go with Valentine's Day. Let's go with pets. Let's go with dogs. Come on, there we go. All right, so now we have a bunch of watercolor dog, There's a watercolor dog in more of a horizontal format. So let's go look at that. Now what it'll do is it'll completely eliminate all the other settings. Let's bring this over. Okay, so wow, that's perfect. So let's center this. Well, let's make it bigger. This is the one to expand everything. So we're going to expand this until it fills up most of, if not all of. Okay, so now we've got, click anywhere outside the design box and we'll see what there is. What we've noticed is we've got some text here that says dog mama. We've got a photo of a dog. And I'm assuming it's got the background in there, but we can move it around. Nope. That's not the photo. Oh, I didn't prick the photo. All right, let's undo that. So the photo. What am I doing here? It keeps switching on me. I don't like this. What is it doing? I must be clicking outside the box. Okay. Click on the photo very carefully. See, it's, oh, it's got a brush stroke mask on it. Okay. So how am I going to move just the photo? Nope, it doesn't. It wants to keep letting me do this. I'm probably going to edit some of this out. Because it won't let me do anything with this because I need to move the photo. So if I just move this out of the way for now, then I go back to the photo. Because the dog is in the wrong spot. But if you notice, we've got a problem. If I move the photo too much, right, because I want the dog there, and we're going to take this, we're going to stretch this way. And move the dog a little bit more. Okay. Then we're going to grab the text. We're going to move that up more. Then we're going to come back here and grab this and move this back into here. Now, one of the problems we have is it doesn't work anymore. All right, we're going to change again. See, this is where I said I'm not a creative person. So for me to come up with this, I like using their base templates, but they don't really have a good template for this. And we got bag tags. Let's see where we got sales samples in the pets market. Got mugs. Mugs are easy. Dog hangers. Pet tag. Pet bowl. Pet dog tag. Doesn't quite fit what we're doing because it's not really Christmas. So you know what? We're going to go back to Christmas. It's an ornament. Why did I fight it? I don't know. All right, so we got some Christmas backgrounds, some photo ornaments. This one's got a dog in it. Ugly sweaters. So main reason I'm picking one of these is I don't have any pictures of my dog uploaded and I don't have them on this computer. So let's go with this one. See what it looks like. And let's select the whole thing. Let's move it over here. Okay, well the wording's not going to work because that's just not going to work, at least the way it's set. So let's click out of the box, click the text. We're going to go to the text. We're going to go to the text envelope, and we are going to remove the arch. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Text envelope. Remove the arch. I didn't like it. All right, well, there we got a laurel wreath. Got a wreath frame. We've got some more text. So I'm trying to figure out why these won't. Text envelope. remove the arch. It won't do it. Okay. Uh-oh. It didn't let me, it doesn't want me to do it. All right, this video is a failure so far. All right, so what we're going to do is, I don't want this text. It's not what I want. That's not what I want. I sort of like these. The rounds. All right, the only problem you have with any of these is when you're doing a design like this, you can't see all of the, so that's your background. So I like the background. All right, I don't think I need the green filters, but we'll leave them here. I like the photo, but I want the photo off to one side. All right, so we're gonna leave the solid. Geez, what do I have in there? I have a pattern. Oh, it's a holiday pattern. All right, we're gonna hold on to that. So we're gonna take the solid green. We're gonna center it up. Spread it out. Solid green. Gonna leave the dog photo there. We're going to bring that back. If you notice, the main thing is it's a green background. So it covers him. We're going to bring the red back. And no, I don't really want that one. So we need these. That one was up there. I don't really need that. This one I like. Just adds a little something something to stretch over. So now we've eliminated all our text. So we've got these items here we don't use. So get rid of them. No reason to have them in there. Just makes for a larger file when you go to print it. And we are going to grab some text. And we are going to change our sample text to Roxy. That's our dog's name. Now, Roxy's too big, so let's make it smaller. But don't make it smaller until you fix your font. So let's see, what do we got? It's one of the biggest lackings in this software is that once you pick a font, it doesn't remember what you picked. So let's see what we've got in the novelty fonts. Anything that I like for this? No, that doesn't have anything I want. Whimsical fonts. Nope, don't like those either. No, I don't want to do distressed. Let's do a casual handwriting. There we go. Architect's Daughter. I like that one. The main reason you want to set your font before you finish your sizing is different fonts have different sizings and it will throw things off. So now we have Roxy. We're going to change the color. We're going to stick with the stock color. Let's go with flag red or a little scarlet. All right. Now we want to outline it. So we go to text outline. For an ornament this size, I'll normally go with a 3. For this, I think I'll try one of the light greens. I almost always do a behind fill. I just think it looks better. Doesn't look better. Let's do an outline. Let's do a not behind fill. God, that's even worse. Okay, let's do a text outline. Let's do a behind fill and drop it to a 1. Oh, is that still my other pattern? Yeah, we're not using the other pattern, so let's delete that. Okay. So we have Roxy, we have this picture. Now we want to put an ornament on there, or another piece of text. We want to put the year on there. Okay, so now we got the text. Do you remember what font we used? I do. I've got it written down. So here's what I recommend you do. If you're going to do multiple fonts, pick your font, go to Object, and duplicate it. I've already picked my font. I know what it is. It duplicates everything about it. The only thing weird is it always adds objects from the base up. So now my second Roxy is actually above my first Roxy. So we'll change the date, hit OK. It'll think about it. Now we don't want it that big because I really want to tuck the year down in there. So we're going to shrink it down, shrink it down. Whoa, grabbed it. That was bad. Got to make sure you got the... All right. So I think it can go a little smaller than that. That works out good. There's Roxy's Christmas present. Now, we could do the second half, the back side, because you can do both sides of this ornament with a different design if we wanted to. Let's just say we didn't want to. Now, theoretically, you just print this side twice. It's good enough. But if you're laying this out on a piece of paper, folding it in half, you can line the edges up and actually press both sides at the same time. So what you want to do is get outside the document, highlight everything, and duplicate it all. The software will not like this. Doesn't like when you duplicate that many items. Now you can't really tell they're different, so you have to be careful to select them all and drag them over. I will usually line this up by eye, just because it's not that important. If it is that important, then you got to really tweak some stuff to make sure that it works. But now we have them both done. So now if it's something you're going to think you're going to do a lot of these, something you like the final design where all you're going to do is come in and change the dog photo and change that, of course you go to save your design. You can do a product mock-up maker, which will show you what the design would look like, print it out, and you can download it. I don't really do that anymore. What you can do is you can print it. Okay, so we're going to print this, and we're going to call this Roxy Bone Ornament. Okay, we are not going to include the product bleed line. We're only going to do one. We hit OK. That's going to do save complete. Now there's two things you can do here. If you want to, you can just hit cancel. You're doing lots of these because you can go through the administration panel and print out multiples on and group them together on different pages. In this case, we're going to click to print. Okay, it's going to print to my downloads, and it says Roxy Bone Ornament.sg, which SG is a Sawgrass extension. So we hit save. It's going to download. It's telling me it's ready to print, but my printer's not hooked up to this computer at this moment, so that's not going to happen. So we'll just cancel this. Here's the Virtuoso Print Manager, showing it on an 8.5 by 11 page. If you notice, it seems to be going to print right at the edge of the page, which is not going to print. That's an issue that I hadn't thought of. You can set your different colors. Your jobs are listed. Not sure why this didn't work, but we're gonna have to figure this out. But I'm gonna cancel this because that's not what I'm here for. So if you notice, it actually put it into the downloads folder. It was supposed to put it in the, oh, it's in the archive jobs because it opened in the print manager. Come on. let's open. Now you see I've got some of these other ones here. Notice I don't have anything with an SG extension. Some of it was I was doing some testing on files, but if you go to the SG and you right click on the file and you go to rename, change the SG to PNG. Windows will argue with you, tell it you want to change it. The file outputted to print from the Creative Studio is a PNG that it then funnels with the correct color profiles into the Virtuoso Print Manager. So if we open this file, oh, that's right, Windows just updated. Yay, Windows. Let's open the photos. And there we'll see our final ornament. Roxy on both sides, 2017. Now you have to remember, this is the full, including the bleed line. So I don't print the bleed line, because then you don't have any room for error. And with these, especially these ornaments, you got a little rollover on the top. You got to give yourself, then you got to get that black line printed. And all you got to do is when you're done checking it out, this also helps if you ever need to send a full quality proof to someone. I've done it that way. You just sit here and you go back and you take away the PNG and make sure you put capital SG. Yes, Windows, we want to change it. And there you go. Now it's back to that. If you wanted to, you can double click on it. It'll open your Virtuoso Print Manager and you can go ahead and print your job. So as you can see, I'm not a creative, but I feel I can lay out a job for somebody. You know, besides the templates that they have, the image files that they have are basically really ridiculous. There's not much you can't find on here for laying stuff out, for text functions, you know, folk florals and watercolor florals. And now they've been adding more people in. So if you want to do something retro, it's there. You know, there are some limitations to this software, of course. It's a you know, it's not a design software. It's not Illustrator. It's not CorelDRAW. It's not even Inkscape. For those people using the free software. But it does have a lot of images in there you can use. Figuring out how to do layers is a big deal. It doesn't support layers in the traditional standpoint, but it does layer objects on top of each other. So figuring out how to move stuff forward, move stuff back, that's really where you've got to experiment with, you know, figuring out your text. That's why I like using some of their pre-made ones. It's just a great starting side for me. You know, oh, they added some new stuff. I will check this out after I'm done recording. So that's it for today. Sometime after the first of the year, I'm going to post this to a couple of different forums and let people know where the live stream is going to be, and then I will start designing on. It's going to be through YouTube, not through Facebook. It's just I just like that interface better. And once we get to that point, I hope to see some of you stop by, chat me up, tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong, ask questions. I've only been using the software for 3 months now. So let's learn and grow together. This is Dennis with Wild Yent Creations signing off. See you guys soon.